Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Stacked and Grounded, and I'm here today with another financial breakdown. Today we're going to be talking about a conversation that got everybody thinking. The actor Whoopi Goldberg recently said that she can't retire from The View because she doesn't have the financial stability to stop working. She said, "I've got to keep paying those bills, baby." She did not say it like that though. She's not from New Orleans, she's actually from New York.
Big New York City, not upstate New York. See? Big New York City. See? New York City. See? New York City. New York City. New York City. New York City. See? New York City. See, gang?
Anyways, we're gonna walk through who Whoopi Goldberg is and what she's famous for and what she said, then dig into the possible reasons why someone with her level of fame might not feel like she can afford to retire. Plus, what all of us can take away from this discussion. First of all, who is Whoopi Goldberg? Her birth name is Karen Elaine Johnson, and she is an EGOT winner, one of the few who's also won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. Some of her most famous film roles include The Color Purple in 1985, Ghost in 1990, Sister Act in 1992, and How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Now don't flame me in the comments y'all, but the first film that I saw her in, and I was a kid at the time, okay, but I saw her in The Little Rascals. Anywho, she ended up becoming a familiar face on television. Among many roles, she's been the co-host of The View since 2007. Over nearly 2 decades there, she's been a part of countless political debates, pop culture discussions, and social commentary. Now we're talking about someone who is not new and someone who's widely respected in film and TV, who has had major success and royalties and endorsements, or at least one would assume so. Now, what exactly did she say? In a recent video in the 29th season premiere of The View, when asked if she'd ever slow down or retire, she made some blunt comments. She said, "I can't afford to retire, I gotta keep paying those bills, baby." She also remarked, "If you don't marry well, you gotta keep working." I'm gonna play you that clip right now where she actually said that.
Do you ever think about slowing down, just enjoying this?
Yeah, but who can afford to do that? Who can afford to start? You know, if you don't marry well, you got to keep working.
I feel like you might be one of the people that could afford it by now.
No, not by now. Not yet.
So when asked if she could retire, the answer was not yet. She was very clear that she loves being creative, but the financial reality is a part of what keeps her on air. Whoopi Goldberg is 69 years old. That is 9 years past the normal retirement age. Now, if you get to that age and you decide you want to keep working, honestly, that might just help keep you alive because you're still moving around and doing things with your brain. So in her answer, it's not just that she wants to keep working, it's that in her estimation, she has to meet her obligations, to pay her bills, etc. Now let's explore some reasons as to why someone who has had major fame might still feel like they can't retire. I am not making assumptions, I'm just discussing what could contribute. Reason 1 can be lifestyle creep. When you make a lot of money, your lifestyle tends to get more expensive. Bigger homes, more staff, luxury travel, fancy cars, maintaining multiple properties. Even if you started small, each success can add more bills. It's easy to spend more just to keep up with expectations. Reason 2 can be not investing early or compounding. You've probably already heard the phrase compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world, and that was by Albert Einstein. If Whoopi invested portions of her income early into things that grow, like stocks, real estate, and the S&P 500 index funds, she very well might have a lot more of a financial cushion right now. But even smart people sometimes don't emphasize the long-term investing. The money comes in, it goes out, then later on it doesn't grow enough to sustain high expenses. I'm making this video and it seems like every plane wants to fly by right now. Anywho, on to reason 3, other possible financial obligations. Here's a third reason I believe could be a part of the situation, and ongoing legal or personal obligations could be part of that. Maybe it could be spousal support, child support, healthcare costs, taxes, funding of family, or charitable obligations. Also, failing marriages can be a part of that. Whoopi has been married several times, 3 times to be exact, and I'm gonna put a picture up of who she was married to at the time. But see, those divorces or settlements, property costs, etc. can carry a long financial burden. Also, maintaining a public persona, image, or career may require paying agents for homes, travel, staff, all that stuff. So even if somebody is earning money, those expenses really pile up and reduce what's left over. But you see, this is not just Whoopi's story though. It reflects how many Americans are approaching retirement age who feel like they can't stop working. Even for the young folks, we don't even know if we're gonna get Social Security yet. That is scary. But let me give y'all the blueprint for this. You want to protect your future early. Start thinking about retirement from early in your career. Even if you love your job, having investments, savings, and passive income streams will give you choices later on. You also need to know what your expenses and expectations are. Do not assume that high income also equals comfort. Be mindful of what your expenses are and will be when the income stops or slows down. And include all of it. That can be your taxes, insurance, and maintenance. A hot water heater can be like $3,000. Not speaking from experience, of course. The last thing I want to tell you guys is that the image versus reality can be completely different. Public perception can make us assume that someone is famous and wealthy enough to rest. But see, we rarely see the tax bills, the maintenance, and the personal obligations of these people. Sometimes somebody is famous, but they're not always liquid or free from financial stress. To put it all in a bow for you guys, Whoopi Goldberg saying that she can't afford to retire is a stark reminder that success does not always mean security. Whether it's through how you decide to live, insufficient investment, or heavy obligations, there are a lot of ways that someone can be rich in fame, but still feel financially locked in. So here is my question of the day for you guys. If you were starting out young right now and had the chance to earn really big, what would you do differently to avoid ending up working forever? Y'all hear that? If it's not the planes, it's the cars, man. Also, do you guys think that celebrities should talk more openly about financial literacy so that the fans see how fragile money can be even for those who seem like they've made it? Alright y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off my soapbox. If you found this video to be helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button, and please share the video as well. Once again, this has been another financial breakdown from me, Stacked and Grounded. Let's keep learning together. Let's build, y'all.